Hey guys, I hope you're all well. I hope everyone's enjoying this lovely weather that we're having at the moment. It is amazing. I am so tempted to go out on the bike, but I'm not going to. I'm going to behave myself and get some jobs done. Anyway, my plan is, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, about that oil pump lamp. Now, I'm going to do this today, or at least make a start on it, because we've got to make a base for it. So that will hopefully fill a bit of the hole that them very posh tyres have created in my pocket. So I'm going to get on with that and see how we go today. So I'm going to make the base. We are literally at that stage where I've cleaned everything off. I did put some paint on that a long time ago, but that'll need a rub down and a freshen up. We have, where is it? Let's go and find it. Hold on. This little handle here, which I actually made out of a spare handle for a file, as you can probably tell. So I'm going to make like a little ferrule for the end of that. I'll find some material. Then this will bolt onto there like so. Is it that one or that one? That one or that one? Can't remember. One of them locks it up. So we're going to get that done as well. I've got to find some nice fixings out. We've got the brass bars in there, brass domed head nuts on the top there. I've got to make a plaque for it, which will go there. If you remember on the previous one, that had number 1 on it. So I'll find a bit of brass and do the plaque for this, and we'll have number 2 on this. So if you fancy owning oil lamp number 2, this will be ready soon, hopefully this week. So we're gonna have a search through all the sheet I've got stuffed over in the corner over there. We're gonna move the poop head out, so I don't want to be welding and grinding with that in here. Cover this one up and get on with the base. I think, like I say, I think we'll do a giant nut for this again. I might make it slightly different. Yeah, just so it is a little bit different. Anyway, we'll figure that out as we go along. Right, we've got a few bits sorted out. I have got some 3mm sheet as part of the base. It needs to be a good sturdy heavy base, because this thing is quite heavy and it's got to hold it upright. First, I'm going to do a little job on our wooden handle there. So I've gone completely the long way round this. I could have just spun some up on the lathe, but that'll be quite boring. So I'm doing it with a hammer. So I've got this lump here. I'll tell you what, let's start with this. We've got this bit there with a pin in. We've got this really rough disc that I've messed up, to be honest with you, but we'll tidy it up. That will go on there. That will go on there, and we're going to try and move that material round so we end up with a little ferrule on the end of that. I'm not quite sure how that's going to go yet, so we might as well find out. It might be a lot to ask for. That's quite a lot of material to shift, but we'll see how it goes. We'll squidge it in and see what happens. Put that there a minute and get you on the stand. Right, so yeah, we've got that. That like that. That like that. That should contain it and give us a bit of a fighting chance to keep it in shape. Hopefully. We will see. Nice and tight, and slowly start getting that round. Now we will put quite a lot of bruising into this surface, but we can dress that out. Like I say, I know we could have spun some up on the lathe, but I wanted to do it like this. Much more enjoyable. And although we are doing this oil lamp Any sort of processes used on this can be used on ideas on bikes. You know, any fabrication idea like this that I'm making now could come in handy on a bike somewhere, somehow. And the base, not that you'd want to put a giant nut on a bike. Don't answer that. Just go and sit on your bike, there'll be a giant nut on it. Anyway, let's get this hammered round. So slowly we'll get one half part way down. That's behaving quite well actually. This is, the little disc is aluminum to certain people. We want to try and keep it going even, or else it will start creasing up and be very difficult to get back. We've about got that. It should dress up nicely, that should. I think it's round enough. Right, let's get out of there and dress that up. Into the lathe. Yeah, this is probably some frowned upon, but it works for me. Right, let's take that out there and have a look. Right, let's see how that's turned out. Not bad, just a bit dressing up on the top there. And we're good to go. Well, the cups come out good. The cup bit. Let's see if it fits. Oh, look at that. Everyone's saying now, you could have just used one off the file. Yeah, I know. I haven't got one. And I wanted to make it. There we go. It hasn't took long. It's a bit of something. Well, we'll just tidy that face up in a mo. And that's ready to go. So that's that little ferrally thing done. Now I'm going to start on the base. So as you know, we're going to do a joint nut on this one again, like the last one. So simple way for my little pea brain to lay this out is use the nut off the bottom. Let's move all this. Let's move all that and get you across here. There we go, that's better. Simple way. So I'm not quite sure how big we want it yet. Draw around this. Like so. I don't know how to equal all them sides. That doesn't look brilliant, actually. Yeah, that's all over the place, that is. Tell you what then. Let's draw that in again. Now we'll see how we go. Oh, something don't look right about that. Are we going to tell? Is it that critical? This nut obviously has different sizes. Let's see how we get on. We can sort it out a bit. This will get us somewhere near. I'll say it's just a little simple way for my pea brain to lay it out. And then we'll go again. Ooh. I think that'll be big enough. Will it? I think so. So what we'll do, we'll cut that out and then we'll make the sides, then the top. The top will obviously have a hole in it for the base of the pump to go through, and this nut will do up from underneath. So this will need a big hole in it as well to be able to get your hand up in there. Hence why we've done it 3mm. With the weight of that pump on, it doesn't stop sort of bending and popping around. Yeah, I think that'll be big enough. Why didn't I just change the wheel? I've gone off on that. We'll sort that out. Whoops. It'll be all right. Okay. I wasn't happy with that. There's something odd about it. This nut that I've sort of done it off is obviously all over the place, wonky. The sides are not equal at all. And amplifying that the way I did, it looks even worse. So I've done the next best thing. I know you can plot all this out, but I can't bother to do all that because I'm not very clever. So Tracy has just printed me one out on the computer because I don't know how to do that either. So she's printed me one out and I'm going to work off that so it'll have equal size. But I've had to do a job exchange with her. I've got to put her little gun sight back together, which has got the smallest spring and pin in the world. I'm going to do that later. Well, in a bit. You probably can't even see the spring. No, there's a tiny, tiny, tiny spring in that bag, that gun sight. Hopefully I won't lose it. Anyway, let's cut that out and do the same thing with that as I did off the nut, and it should be right. Where's the scissors? Right. I think when we get that up to that side, we'll see how terrible, I can see how terrible that is just by putting that on. Yeah, that is bad. I know I said it don't matter too much, but it's so bad. The nut will look like it's been smashed with a giant hammer and gone out of shape. Now this one should be spot on. Now I can see Mr. Simpleton here trying to cut corners and do things quick. He's sort of backfired. But now I can see how bad that was. Yeah, it was quite bad. We can afford to go a tiny bit smaller with it. Literally the only two that are the right angle are them two. So I'm going to come off them two and cut the other four out. Oops. That's got it. Yeah. That was quite a bit off. Right, I'll trim that off, recenter it so I can draw a hole and go from there. There we go. That's better. You can see where it all started going wrong by sort of expanding the lines on that nut. Let's see here, the old lines where it started going wrong on this flat here. And that one there, putting us right out over here. But now we are good to go. We've got a center punch mark in the center. So now I'm going to plot the sides out, the sides of the nut, which I should be able to make all the same size now, I hope. So we'll measure one of the flats and then we'll work out how we're going to do that. I'm trying to remember how I've done the last one. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm going to plot one of the sides out, cut it out, then just draw around it. I think I can see that just about. That'll do it. So yeah, cut that one out and draw around that for the rest of them. And then we've got them all the same, hopefully. Okay, and then there was 6. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count, only just. My apologies as you can hear the whirring sound in the background. It's the fan going. It was getting ridiculously hot in here and I was about ready to go ding like a pie in a microwave. So I've had to run that up. It's getting to that time of year again where the shed just gets virtually unbearable in some points in the summer. Anyway, where are we? Ready to put the sides on. So I've got to cut a hole in this. I don't know if you can see my circle marked out there amongst that rust. But I'm not going to cut that yet till I've actually built this up. That'll give it less chance of buckling out of shape. Although this is 3mm and should withstand a fair bit of heat. But just in case, we'll leave that till the end. In fact, it'd help if I had that on the outside, wouldn't it? So I won't be able to get to my mark and see what I've done. So that little drill mark there is wrong. That one's not in the centre, but obviously that will disappear when we cut that out. Anyway, sides. So we've got them all done. Got a slight curve in the top there. I have shortened them a tiny bit because it looked a bit too tall. So we're going to go round now and tack all them on. Shall we tack them from the outside? Yeah, I think so. So let's fire the welder up and get them on. I don't like cocking my head to the side when you're welding. You ever had that? You get a bit of spatter go right down your ear hole. That's always great if you've ever had that happen. Hear your wax bubbling away. I think that's going to be spot on. Got it. Next, we have got to cut a circle for the top. I'll just scribe it out with this, should be all right. There we go, I can see that, just about. I bet someone's thinking, tape a pencil to that. Yeah, it is an idea. I can see that, okay. Let's see how good my freehand circle is. One circle. Not too bad. So that is going to go on there, and we'll tack that on all the contact points, and then it's the tricky bit, filling these in because of the curve. We've got to get the curve right, curving that way and curving that way. I'm sure one of you clever people in the comments will come up with the correct name of that curve. Anyway, I'm going to try, it's getting quite late now, this has took quite a long time. I'm going to try and at least get the main body of the nut finished, and yeah, that'll probably be this video. And before I go and lock the doors tonight, I'm going to try and get everything on here, the rest of the lamp, and get some paint on it. And hopefully by the end of this week, this is not the only job I'm doing this week, by the way, we are going to do some BM. But when you're a one-man band, you have to do the odd thing that turns a bit of money in, if you know what I mean. And that's what I'm hoping this will do. So I do want it finished. The joys of working by yourself. And it is a joy, I enjoy it. So yeah, we'll tack this on, and then we'll get the segments cut. That will be done in slightly thinner material to make it a bit easier to shape. Doing 3mm will be quite difficult to bash round without heat. So yeah, let's get that tacked on. Make sure we're about even with everything. And what I'll do, I'll cut the holes out when all this is in one piece. Right, let's find some material out to do the little segments. Okay, to start with, a bit of card. So hopefully get us somewhere near the shape we want. So if we get that, oh, and press in to give us a line. Just about see it. I don't know if you can see that. Right, let's cut that out to start with. Where's the decent scissors? Okay, the broken scissors will do for now. Now with this, it doesn't matter if we have got a few gaps here and there, because we can literally pile the welding, and when it dresses this up, when we dress it up, it will take shape. The state of them. Where have I put me decent ones? I don't know. I could do with 20 of everything hanging up, then I probably won't lose stuff. Oh no, I probably would. Now obviously, being sort of handmade, I'm guessing these little segments will vary very slightly. So that's slightly oversized, so what we'll do, if I cut all of them and tack them on, then any overhang will trim off, and then it'll automatically follow the shape that we've got. So yeah, I think the material I've got is thin enough to sort of do it flat, tack, and sort of tap him round. If we have to, we can sort of introduce a bit of heat with the gas torch to get it round the shape we want. Yeah, let's cut one out and see how it goes. Right, let's just de-rust that a little bit. You know, it's like all my material's rusty. And back when we were blacksmithing, we actually let stuff go rusty because it was really easy to mark out with chalk. Because when you're heating things up, chalk, obviously the line stayed there more or less. So yeah, we let our material go rusty to chalk things out on the sheets. I really must get that forge fired up one day. It's still there, I've still got it, I've got the fan. What I need to do is get a regulator for the fan to control the speed, and the coke. Apparently not that sort of coke, the coal cokey type stuff. Apparently it's quite hard to get hold of these days. Obviously I've been out of the game, wow, probably approaching 20 years, I bet. Is it 20 years? I don't know. A long time. 15 years. Yeah, someone told me it's really hard to get hold of. Well, we'll see. We'll get that set up one day and we'll have a mess about. I've got the anvil still over there, although it needs a bit of a clean up again. And we'll have a mess about on that. I can hear a dog. Hello, mate. Hello, Bluey. A bit warm out there, isn't it? Hey? It's a bit warm out there. Watch your face on that. We don't want you cutting your face, do we? Hey? No. Hello, mate. There we are. Why do you always put that end at me? Mind you, it doesn't smell much different to the other end. Right. So we'll get a bit of a basic curve on that. I'll tell you what, no, it's all right. We've got the cardboard template still, so we can use that on the others. So I think, tack it at the top, tack it at the bottom, and basically use the shape it is to bash it round. In fact, just should be able to just push that and tack it round. Anyway, when the dog decides to move, we'll get that tacked on. You're all right there, mate? Hey? You're all right there? Come on then, let me up. Okay. Come on. What are you up to? Hey? What are you up to? What are you up to? He has no clue. Oh, who's that? Go on, go and see him off. Okay, don't. There's nobody in here. No one in here, mate. Oh, his fur's up and everything. Come on. I need him to go because I can't weld with him here. Oh, I know what we can do. Oh no, are you going out or are you going out now? We'll do it anyway. Laser guided dog. Look, he's already looking at the floor. He knows it's playtime. It's behind you. Laser guided dog. Right, out the door, out the door, out the door. It's there, look. Oh, he knows what I'm doing. Arr. All right, I'll do then. You are stupid. All right, tack this on. We'll bash one round so we can see how it's going to go. I think this is slightly thicker than what I used on the last one, if I remember right. Mind you, that was a long time ago. And my memory is absolutely terrible. I think, actually, we need to just knock the edge off this circle first. All right, let's give that a go. Now the dog's gone. It will look absolutely terrible for a little while now, until we get everything in shape and ground off. Right, where's me hammer? Yeah, I think we'll only get it so far because it's obviously just wanting to spring back. So we'll push that in like so. And that's hurting my dodgy elbow. Urgh. Right, we'll have to take a bit off that. That might do it. Okay, now we should start automatically getting the curve down this way. It's gone quite well actually, just got to close it off a bit more. I've got a bulldog back down here wanting to play laser guided dogs again. You're out there? Hey? No, there's no red dots on the floor. Come on, mate. Come on, mind your bum. Right, we'll just grind that out a bit and get a few more tacks on it. Look, Blue, do you want half? Here, mate. Good boy. That'll do me for today. That was a long day. I have not stopped. Wow, it's it's not gonna lie, I think it's gone 7 o'clock. So yeah, damn good day on that. It looks quite simple, I guess, but quite a bit of work. I was thinking of doing some extras on there, but you know what? You got to stop somewhere. I was going to sink the middle in, because obviously this lamp's coming out the middle of it. There'll be a big hole in the middle, and this will be sat in there like so. I was going to cut the circle again and sink that in, but just to do that would be a tremendous amount of work. And like I say, you got to stop somewhere, because there's always a worry that it doesn't get enough to at least cover all your time on the job. And like I did with the other one way back then that I made, it will go on eBay and I will start it at 99 pence, and then it will find its value, what someone's prepared to pay and someone's happy to pay. So yeah, I don't want to start doing tons and tons of extra work. There's already a tremendous amount of work got into that already, and we ain't even finished yet. We've got to finish we've got to finish cleaning up the metalwork on the pump itself and getting all that painted, getting all the electrical fittings into there. And we've got to cut holes in here for it to fit. We've got to cut a hole in the base to be able to get your hand up in there to do the big nut up and do the electrics. There's some feet got to go on there, some rubber feet, so whoever buys it, it's not going to destroy their whatever they put it on, sideboard, bedside table, whatever. So rubber feet have got to go on there, and this is all got to be done. I'll probably clear lacquer this like the other one, just so it stands out, but I've got to finish cleaning the metalwork off. That's just a little scrub over with the DA there. It's got to have a bit more time on there just to get all the grind marks out. But that's a big chunk of it done, and I've thoroughly enjoyed doing that. I have. It'll get there. It's something different in it. It's something different that someone hopefully will buy and enjoy. Hopefully. It might get 99p, but hey, that's the risk I'm prepared to take. Hello, Blue. What you come for, eh? What are you sniffing around for? There's no more treats up here, I don't think. So that'll do me today. Oh, tomorrow, I don't know yet. See how I feel when I get up, whether I'm going to continue with this, or we do a little bit on the beer. We'll see. Anyway, the reason for this, like I said, is it's just one of them jobs that to bring some wages in, sort of thing. So yeah, now and again I'll drop onto jobs like this just for that purpose. Anyway, that'll do me. The dogs are loitering around. I think they want feeding. I was going to mow the lawn, but I think my back's saying don't do it tonight, do it tomorrow. So I'm going to call it a day. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.